Madison stared at the red marks across her paper. Her hands shook. She had studied all night, yet here it was again, failure. Her father's voice cut through the silence. Madison, you're embarrassing this family. Do you understand how this looks? You have every resource, tutors, coaches, lessons, and still, failure. I'm trying, Dad. I really am. Trying isn't enough. In this world, results matter. Effort is invisible. His footsteps echoed down the marble hallway as he walked away. Madison clutched the paper, tears burning her eyes. At school the next day, whispers followed her. She failed math again. Her dad could buy the whole school and she still can't pass. Some people have everything and still mess it up. She ducked into an empty classroom. Tough day. She turned sharply. A janitor stood in the hallway, leaning on his mop. His uniform was faded, his eyes tired but kind. The stitched name tag read Daniel. Sorry, she muttered. Didn't mean to be in the way. You're not in the way. You just look like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. I know that look. You wouldn't understand. Maybe not. But sometimes talking to someone who doesn't pretend to have all the answers helps. Her voice trembled. I keep failing everything. No matter what I do, it's never enough. My dad doesn't see me. Just my grades. Everyone thinks I'm dumb. Maybe they're right. You're not dumb. You just haven't learned the right way yet. The right way? Yeah. See this floor? Every morning it's covered in dirt, footprints, spills. If I looked at the mess and thought, I'll never make it perfect, I'd give up before I started. But I don't. I start at zero. One swipe at a time. Slowly, it gets clean. So, I should mop my homework. He laughed, warm and deep. Not exactly. I'm saying you don't have to fix everything at once. Start small. Learn from zero. Doesn't matter how many times you fall. You just start again. She repeated the words softly. Start at zero. Exactly. Every mistake isn't the end. It's just a reset. A chance to begin again. Over the next weeks, Madison kept finding him. When she failed, he said, start at zero. When she cried, he handed her a rag. Help me wipe this desk. One swipe at a time. Slowly, the mountain in her mind shrank. One afternoon, she frowned over a worksheet. Fractions. I just don't get them. Daniel sat beside her, tore a napkin into 4 pieces, and laid them down. Here's your whole. Eat one piece. How much is left? 3 out of 4. Exactly. Fractions are just pieces of life. Break it down, and it makes sense. For the first time in months, she smiled at math. Students whispered, she's hanging out with the janitor? Guess she needs a mop for her brain, but she didn't care anymore. On the day of the big test, her pencil shook. Her father's voice echoed in her head, but then she heard Daniel's. Start at zero. One problem at a time. She breathed and began. A week later, she ran into the gym holding a paper. I passed, I didn't fail. Daniel's tired eyes lit up. That's what I'm talking about. Starting at zero works, huh? She laughed through tears. Thank you. I couldn't have done this without you. That night her father stormed into the school. He found Daniel in the janitor's closet. You've been distracting my daughter. You're a janitor. What could you possibly teach her that tutors can't? I didn't teach her math. I taught her to believe she could learn it. Belief doesn't change results. No, but it changes whether you try again after failing. Madison stepped forward. Dad, he's the only one who ever made me feel like I wasn't broken. You never asked why I was struggling. He did, and because of him, I passed. Richard's face faltered, then hardened. Hanging around janitors won't prepare you for this family's legacy. Maybe your legacy doesn't matter if I can't even believe in myself. He gave me that, and that matters more than money. The silence cut like glass. Richard turned and walked away. Madison kept studying. C's became B's. She dreamed of a life that was hers, not inherited, not forced. One evening Daniel waited by the door. Hey. Got something to tell you. I might not be here much longer. Her stomach dropped. Why? I've been taking night classes. Studying to be a teacher. I just got accepted into a program. They want me to start next month. You're leaving? Yeah. But you don't need me anymore. You know how to start at zero. That's yours now. Her eyes filled. You're going to make the best teacher ever. Only because I had the best practice student. Years later, Madison stood in cap and gown, diploma in hand. The crowd cheered her name. In the stands, a man leaned against the railing with a teacher's badge clipped to his shirt. No mop this time, only pride in his eyes. Their gaze met, and the world faded. Because they both knew. Sometimes all it takes to change a life is someone who reminds you it's okay to start at zero.